Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My Draw Raja. Welcome in, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. It is Wednesday. Wonderful. We're going to get to painting a couple things. But first, I want to show you guys something cool. I put this together last night. It came in yesterday evening, or I guess it was like last night. So I assembled this real quick. I have a little Scorpius missile launcher. It's basically a whirlwind, but better in every conceivable way. So, yeah, a quick mini to put together. I assembled it in maybe like an hour and a half total, and part of that was just the like Rhino chassis part of this miniature struggles a bit. Like there's this top piece minus this, the sides and like the tracks in the bottom of the hull really don't fit together super well. So I struggled a bit with that. Also, the door didn't fit in super well, so I had to trim down ends of the door. But yeah, so I had to hold that together with some rubber bands for a little bit. But otherwise, I'm not sure if I'm gonna glue the turret on yet. I don't know. It's just so cool that it can move. So I did glue them in on their like vertical position. So I can't do anything with that. But it's cool though. Yeah, I like my little Scorpius. This will be a little Thousand Suns mini here. So, honestly, wasn't expecting to just put it together that fast, but that is, yeah, we might get that painted in the next month or so. We'll see. The next thing I have to paint, or to do, next thing on the docket is this thing. This is Imperial bunker. You can see like there's where Leia got shot and then killed two stormtroopers, and they thought Chewbacca was going to kill him, but he was an ATST. So yeah, there's some different stuff. I spray painted this yesterday. You can see I put green on the bottom. That little zenithal there. You kind of capture a little bit of like the mossy undergrowth. Yeah, it is definitely Star Wars. So we have this, and we have a roof piece to it. And yeah, we're going to paint this today. Once we finish painting this, because this isn't going to take very long at all, it's going to be some dry brushing and a couple little details, and that's it. They're literally like, Star Wars is so wonderful because everything is gray. So it's easy to paint. Yeah, this is a commission. Yeah, this is a terrain piece for Star Wars Legion. It comes in a set. I want to say it's like 80 or 90 bucks. It's crazy expensive for this, but it's like just this, and then it comes with some like scenarios that aren't like competitive play. They're literally just like some fun thematic scenarios around the bunker, like playing the Battle of Endor. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. What I did, I have some cheap, what is this, Delta Ceramcoat? I don't even know what brand that is. That's, yeah. So this cheap paint, and then I have some apple barrel, giant bottle of apple barrel here. We mix these two, and I have it out on this nasty, crusty old palette. I'm going to mix this up, and I have a giant brush here, just like a crappy house painting brush. I'm going to do a quick once over on this mini, and then we'll go back and see if we need to get some spots we missed, and we'll use a smaller dry brush than this. But this is our dry brush here. I'm going to mix this up. We want our dry brush color to be very bright, so this is probably a lot more of our like sandstone color or linen color, whatever that is, than anything else. This is probably way too much paint, but it's apple barrel paint, so I'd rather have too much than too little and have to remix whatever, try to figure out whatever ratio, because I was just dumping paint in here. So, and these brushes hold a crazy amount of paint.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, is that Gray Skew? Welcome. Welcome in. A lot of paint on this brush. Let's see, we're painting some terrain today, and then I think we're going to hopefully move over and paint a Heresy mini, another quick commission. Aeon's Battles preferred black. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, Apple Barrel is like just the cheap store brand paint. It has a wonderful smell to it. Just to test this out, so that's a little strong at this point. So we're gonna keep going. I feel like Bob Ross with this giant brush. It's wonderful. The only reason there's so much paint in here is because I was mixing the paint. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. You see, I'm capturing these edges here. This one's not a big a deal because it's going to go right up against the building. It's windy out today. We had a really warm day yesterday. We went for a walk, and I grilled dinner, which was wonderful. Today, probably not. It's supposed to start cooling down a bunch today, so it's a little unfortunate. I start planning my next D&D campaign. Nice. Are you DMing it? Or are you just like the idea man and you let other people take over? And these like little lines and stuff that this kind of dumpy house painting brush puts in here is actually really nice because it helps us get that kind of worn concrete look. All right, easy, and you can already see the difference between these two pieces. So we have this, and there was like a drop of paint that fell on here and it dried out. Let's see if we can just peel that off. Might be able to cover that with something, but yeah, very simple, very quick and easy. All this is so far, it was, I flipped the minis over like this. I spray painted green at probably like, parallel to the mini and everything, and from above. Then I flipped them right side up and I did like a 45 degree and I went over with this gray. And that was it. It sat for overnight and dried. And then I dry brushed it. I have this color, I dry brushed it. Hey, Zombie Bunny, what's up? I did not paint left-handed yesterday. No, I didn't see the notification. I can do that today if you give me a little bit. I'll jump in and paint left-handed. Let's see what we got. I'll test it on the inside here. Okay. I think we're pretty good here. Yeah, I'll get some left-handed painting time a little bit. Zombie Bunny, how you doing today? My camera won't zoom out anymore, guys, so this is where I'm stuck with my painting. Nice. Glad you're chilling. Oh, okay, you redeemed it then. All right. No, I didn't see it or hear about it. So, yeah, I'll totally do that soon. My bad, Raja. Local shot, first time in months. Build some minis. Very nice. Share some pictures of the progress. Let us know how it's going. Hopefully we're able to keep them and everything, and it's all good. Let's see, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I put way too much paint on here. That's alright. Again, better to have way too much, way too little. Been in a stump for a long time. Yeah. That sucks, man. Well, hopefully you're doing better. Yeah, and share some projects. I mean, it sucks when you're not able to obviously, like, do the stuff that you want to do, the stuff that makes you happy, so. I'm just trying to hit different angles on this. With these. All these highlights here. Okay. Pretty simple. I'm going to get a little bit more paint here. Hey, spill paint pot. What's going on? Do a quick dry brush in here. We're just trying to get a, there's like red, dried red paint in the bristles, and they're falling off inside of the, inside of the bunker here. But this is just going to be, you know, we want it to be playable and look cool. This isn't something that we're going super high level with. And I don't even think you use the inside of this mini. So, quick and easy dry brush is probably all we need in here. Yeah, so if we got the outside of that, got the thing here. All this stuff is gray. That's the crazy thing. But like there's like security cameras on here, but they're all gray. It's already clean. Yeah, Demon Slayer. Yeah, I literally did have like dusty stuff in there, so I was like, I'm gonna clean that up. I think I'll do like the inside of these. Maybe we'll do them silver and put a little bit of red, like a red glaze in there, and then a couple of the buttons we have. But I tried to find good pictures of what's going on inside of this, on these like control panels in here, and almost all the buttons are just gray. That's it. There's a couple like red buttons that are like glowing, but like this thing right here, that's a panel, and that's what Han opens to try to like hack the door. But it's closed, it's gray. And I think it just mirrors on the other side. Yeah, it's the same thing on the other side. So we'll do a couple little glowing things. Drill your cam lenses? Okay. I don't know about drilling them. Unless there's something specific trying to tell me to do. Okay. Let's set that brush to the side. And our mass of unused paint here. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take bright neutral gray, and we'll start, get these things bit by bit. Hey Groovy, what's going on? How are you doing? Fancy seeing you here. I hope you guys are doing well and having a good Wednesday. Second blast shield that clamp to inject comedy, yeah. I can only do so much. Okay, do they really not put cameras on the back of these? That's funny. That's funny. What's up, Tuvon? Set you down for a second. I'll get these other cameras. Something like this. This is what we'll do. Put a little bit of white inside of here before adding a red glaze to it. I don't think I could be wrong. I didn't assemble this, but the person who gave this to me assembled it, and these cameras, they have been separate pieces. They look uneven, so material construction, not even lining things up. Okay. I do have the ATST. It's a downed ATST is what it's called. I have that to build and paint. So maybe tomorrow we'll work on that. Nearly 13 years, I finally got a release of Lean on a Truck I inherited. Oh, cool. Wow, that's crazy. Inherited, dang. Name changed about 10 times. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Well, I'm glad you were able to get it finally. And the title was lost. That's wild. Hey, Obarion, what's going on? How's work going today? I'm not spending a ton of time on this, but I do like this this terrain piece. I think it's really cool. But I love Star Wars and Star Wars minis, so a little bit biased. How much work? Work is decent so far. Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, why would you do work when you could get wet doing it? That's lame. Title and start. Truck to start has 2 batteries. Yeah. That's ridiculous, dude. All this time for a truck. Excuse me. Alright, maybe we'll just go the lazy route here. A better route. Or maybe, no. We'll go the real lazy route. Put you back. We're going to use this Angron Clear Red, and we're going to thin it down a little bit. Yeah, batteries are expensive. Well, good news is you might be able to get a lot more money out of that truck here in a week or so. Hopefully, by the time it's all said and done, you can get a decent amount out of it. I'm going to do 50-50. Doing 2 drops medium, 2 drops clear red. I'll hope that does a decent enough job. We'll start it on these things. Put you down for a minute. It's alright looking. It's a 4 manual. Okay. Thank you. Maybe a second coat on these things, just to help them get a little more vibrant. Alright, give that a couple minutes to dry. Yeah, I told you guys I'm not doing, it's not, there's not a lot to do on this mini, so. Some cool terrain. I want to get to painting more terrain for myself this year. That's one of my goals. we'll see if I can get to that. I did finish up those all that militia. I varnished them and brought them upstairs, and they're on the display shelf right now. My display shelves are officially out of room once again. I have 3 full shelves for just my my Thousand Sons adjacent armies. Excuse me. And yeah, also this came in. I was showing people this guy came in yesterday, and I assembled it last night. So but yeah, cool Scorpius missile launcher. I opted for the 2 bolters on the 1 hatch. I thought it was a little more interesting. But I think I'm going to keep the turret off, because I like being able to rotate it. I think that's really cool. And if for some other reason, like another variant comes out or something, I can swap it out easily. But it's just cool to sit it down and just point the gun at the enemy. Yeah, this thing is mean in game 2, so I don't know how. I might use it once, and then that might kind of be it, unless I play like an apocalypse game against someone. But yeah, it's such a mean tank for being so dirt cheap. Oh, dang, got Ninja Turtles game, Loki? That's cool. Cowabunga indeed. This is my second time assembling the Rhino like chassis. Yeah, I don't keep like a set list. Like if I wanted to play and like be serious and pwn noobs or whatever, like I would have 2 or 3 of these. Like that just makes sense. But I switch it up, and I don't like to be all crazy and win all the time. So I've never used artillery though in Heresy, so it'll be a fun change of pace. Yeah, it's got weird gaps. I had to secure it down for a little while. When I just put the bottom hull and the top hull on the 2 track sides or whatever, so I had to I have rubber bands, and I secured it down with rubber bands to hold it closed, and the door was like all off and everything, so I ended up cutting down the pegs because they wouldn't fit in all the way. They were too long, and I cut them down too short, but it's fine. I just shoved it in place and glued it. Yeah, not it was super quick to build. I built this whole thing in less than an hour and a half, but yeah, it was more frustrating than I think it needed to be. But if I had like 4 or 5 rhinos, I could build them all in an afternoon. I just need a lot more rubber bands to hold things together as the hull is drying. But great mini though, it's really cool. I'm really excited to paint this. I think I'm gonna find a way to add some different colors on it for the Thousand Sons, and we're gonna do a little gap filling and like gap right there and in the back. There's 1 or 2 up front that were a little more noticeable, but the gap fill a little bit, sand some things down where I kind of got my fingerprints on things, but otherwise, it's a really cool mini. This is my first Predator haul, in my over 10,000 points of miniatures, so feels good. All right. Let's get back to business and do another coat. Or what's the song? Let's get down to business. That's the song. To defeat the Huns, right? Oh, it really is a bunch of TMNT games. That's cool. Okay. Some red on there. I'm going to try to take another decent look at this actual thing. See if I can find any details, like any metallics that show up or anything. I like the color we made though. It was a mix of ivory and a gray, like a mid-tone gray. Tournament fights, all for the NES and SNES. Oh, cool. All right. There's nothing crazy about these. What I could do, we could get a dry brush. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a dry brush. We're gonna get some. Let's do our warm brown. We'll get a nice big brush. We'll try to add in a little more detail. We're gonna need a smaller dry brush this time. Big soft Foxbite dry brush. You have to dig out games for turtle games. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Nice. I haven't played a Ninja Turtle game in so long. Finish printing and assembling the half-size Chaos Dragon. Nice. Okay. Using as a Galroch. All right. Oh my gosh, not enough space. You're on a 100 by 60 base. Yeah, is that the size that he's supposed to be on? Galroch is supposed to be on a that like smaller dragon base. That's a little crazy if he is. And I think it's interesting that it's not a standard of like dragons are on this size base, because the vampire count one is on a 100 by 150. So, yeah. That's crazy. I printed a dreadnought, and it was a Castaferum dreadnought, so the box knot, and it was from the Outer Circle. It was one of his STLs, and I was like, you know what, I'll bite the bullet and I'll get a dreadnought. I printed it out, it'd be fun. I fit the whole thing on one build plate with a bunch of weapons and stuff, and I was like, man, this is awesome, like how much this thing like fits here. I printed it out and it was way too small, and I'm like, no, wait a minute, he's not, there's no way he's giving us stuff that's not the right size. Like, this dude is obviously making all these minis for these games. There's no like readme, no instructions like with his with the files that you downloaded. What's really crazy is I ended up looking on his page, on his cults page, and people are in the comments asking what scale it is and stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, you got to make it 130% to make it like 28 mil scale. I was like, that would have been really nice if he said that somewhere in some kind of like in the file that he made, you know, like he doesn't even tell people that it's not in scale. Like, I thought it looked a little small, but I was like, there's no way. No way he would just not make the mini the right size and not tell anybody. Yep, in the garbage compactor. This is totally wrong movie and planet and location. Whatever. We'll forgive you, Zim. No. Too much. What terrain is this? This is the Imperial Bunker for Star Wars Legion. It's the plastic terrain kit. Yeah, pretty much just the dry brushing dad today. Yeah, it's the indoor bunker. So, pretty simple and quick to paint. All I've done is I had two-step spray paint on it, like primer. So I did green on the bottom. As you can see, green on the bottom and then gray zenithal on the top. I dry brushed a mix of, it was a mid-tone gray and ivory, so I just wanted a really bright gray is what I wanted. Dry brushed that over the entire mini. I did a little bit of like little light pieces in here, and there's like security cameras and stuff. No, it's very Star Wars. I mean, this is very classic Star Wars too, so I get it. Yeah, it has Old Man Rex. Yeah. No, he's not in this set. It's not him surrendering. It's the stormtroopers surrendering to him. That's what it is. I don't know if they show him like getting taken in. But yeah, I did the lights. So I just did bright gray, some white, and then clear red over it. Some Angron clear red, and then yeah, I'm dry brushing some brown on it just to add a little bit of, I don't know, contrast in the Mini. Grab your Imperial Fist earbuds. Okay. Not bad, I can live with it. So, it's essentially the bunker here. There's all these like weird security camera things. But very, very simple bunker, but it looks cool. And that's what matters. Rinse this brush out really well. I owe Raja a left-handed painting, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now printing a commissioned Tyrannid Warrior badge. Oh, cool. Alright. Mushroom Forest. For Gloomspite. That's cool. I don't even remember what we were doing on our left-handed Mini. Let's check them out for a minute. See if we can determine what we need to do. All right, let's zoom in. Well. All right, left-handed Mini. So we have been painting left-handed for a little while, but let's see. We put a wash on it. There's all these weird little grubs. He has some like string and stuff that we can worry about. Got a plague bearer head. He has his own flesh. I think we should do some flesh wash and try to get some like rusted bits on the actual silver and on his face and the worms. I think that is what we should do. So let's try that. Let's put you up. We'll do this left-handed. We'll eventually get to highlights, but it is not this day. Okay. Hey, T Slayer, what's going on? where Tamiya cement is low enough. I'm turning the rest into sprue goo. Man, I am not a fan of sprue goo. It just seems like it's health problems waiting to happen. That's the vibe I get from them. Nothing much. Alright, alright. Mushrooms are going the FDM. Nice. 2.2 days for each tree. Dang. Ah, my bad, my bad. I see what I'm doing. The sprue, how's the sprue like a health issue? Is that what you're asking, Raja? I did not say regular to me. Regular to me absolutely is a health issue. Yeah, and you should use it very sparingly. Yeah, it just sprue goo I think takes it to the extreme because sprue goo isn't like, it's not like Tamiya where you're pulling out the little brush and you're putting a little bit in and it gets in the air a little bit and you're breathing it in and you assemble a couple minis and you're done. Like what I see people do with sprue goo is asinine. Like sculpting an entire tank with acetone and melted plastic. Like these yeah, that's like a fast track to like some horrible lung issues. Yeah. And I think it's really bad of content creators to promote that kind of stuff, especially when they don't go in like details about how like this is potentially very harmful for your health. Hey, get tussled. Welcome in. Oh, I know. I have the same question, Raja, but that's what people do. There are content creators doing that and like multiple, and I feel like it gives people the wrong impression on like what the stuff is, but yeah, like breathing in acetone is bad for you. Like I don't know how things are changed when you melt plastic into the acetone and just pull out a jar of it and start shaping it with your hands. Like I don't know, but I can't imagine that the glue improves the health outcomes that you get when you breathe it. Like there's nothing good that comes out of that. What's up? What's up, Gosu? Fill gaps, give stronger connection to certain areas. Yeah. I mean, that's not like, that's not like a horrible use case for it, right? But go sucked. Yeah, it's go sucked. Go suit. There we go. We can call him Go Suit. Late the party. No problem. Hobby ADHD and Euroraptor. Welcome in, everybody. Some once was too thick and didn't work for you. Been using UV resin. Yeah. We're in a hobby with a lot of chemicals. Just like, you guys ever read those like the basically horror stories of people that got into like resin printing and they didn't know, like they didn't read up on it and they didn't know about like all the like health hazards, and they're just like, yeah, I would print 3D print in my bedroom, and I wouldn't, like, I just where I slept, and like I didn't wear any PPE, and I would just cure it with my bare hands and go and eat lunch afterwards or whatever, and like all this stuff, and it's just like, oh, it's just horrible. Yasakti, nice. I think the AI pronounces it like different every time, right? Well, Zen's bouncing since Gosu got here. All right, that's fair. Well, Zen, you weren't here when we had to. What did we do? It was someone. Someone was that Wandering picked was. He said something and it got blocked by AutoMod. And I was like, I'm sure it's not that bad. He's like, I'm surprised that got blocked. And both the mods, it was Blue and Ghost, who were like, we're gonna keep it blocked. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, chemicals bad. Yeah, yeah. You're driving home. Yeah. He weren't there to help me. All right, there we go. We got a wash on the silvers, left-handed, and the left-handed mini continues. Yeah, no, that's fair. No, I appreciate it, Gosu. I know. I'm a little stuffy, so block the things. I think I just want to start highlighting this mini next time. We'll enjoy taking forever to do that. All right. Next thing. We went on the next thing. Back in a second, guys. Okay. So we have this little mini right here. This is a Mark 6 Heresy Marine, and this is a Dark Angel. See from his cool shoulder pad. So I'm going to paint a Dark Angel. A gentleman is a friend in the local group. Has this mini. He's got some 3D printed parts, so I think this sword and I think this hand are both 3D printed, and the shoulder. I think that, yeah, the shoulder's 3D printed. So this guy is a Centurion. Super cool pose though. I like the sword pose. Like, this guy is ready to duel. Got his fancy pose. It looks like he has scrolls here. That's what those look like. He's got a grenade, a pistol in the holster, and his Mark 6 backpack. So I have painted Thousand Suns and Ultramarines in Mark 6 armor. So this will be the first Dark Angel I've painted. I and this is a character technically. It's a very simple character. It's like a lieutenant to captain level, but he also like his specific purpose is just to join tactical squads. Like that's what he does. He doesn't get any like cool like unique traits or anything. He's just a it's like a dude that goes up and fights and challenges. What I'm gonna do. We're gonna start this with a real simple. I'm gonna put a black wash over everything. It's already black. I'm doing just to kind of give it an even coat. Just another Chaos Marine in the pile. That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, I do agree. Like resin printing depends on your setup, but you really have to like take time to learn how to do things. Like you need to make sure you have like a basically like a contaminated area and a clean area, and you have to have like a proper flow, um, like workflow when you're cleaning prints and stuff, so you make sure you're not getting like residue and stuff on everything that shouldn't have it. Yeah, it's definitely messy, and it can be a big hassle. So it is a hobby in itself. It's definitely not like, ooh, I want free minis, so I'm just gonna get a resin printer. Like there's so much more to it. Something I usually don't do that I'm going to do on this mini. I don't usually do straight up highlights on Space Marine armor. I usually dry brush and then do a lighter dry brush and then kind of stick with that. Unless it's like my Thousand Suns, I do like that final edge highlight. But I never do that. And building up from black can be challenging. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a black paint, and I'm going to mix a little bit. I'm going to be a little cheeky here. I'm going to mix a little bit of black green in it. And we're going to start with a little highlight there. And then I'm going to mix gray into that. Still learning new stuff about it all too. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's kind of impossible to know everything about like resin printing. Like you're going to be always learning stuff about it. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to do this black green. We're going to do some black. I'm going to do the satin black because it's just a little darker. And then we're just going to take neutral gray is going to be our highlight color from there. So we just want the faintest green coming out of this, but we want it to be gray. Yeah, 100% Gosu, 100%. Here, Zen, since you weren't here earlier, look what I got and assembled. I have artillery for my Thousand Suns. Finally. Pretty excited. That's a lot of sprue goo. Yeah. You guys like my sprue goo cast here. I made the mold out of sprue goo, and then I filled it with more sprue goo. It came out this well. Yeah. I'm excited. It was quick to put together. There's some like weird challenges with it, but it's cool. So I'm going to paint this right after I paint my heavy weapons squad. And I'm pretty happy. My parents still send me birthday money, guys. And so I'm going to use it, and I'm going to buy another mini for myself. So But my parents are old. They sent me a check in the mail. And my parents have a terrible post office. They sent it out the first of this month. It's gonna take until May to get to me. So yeah, sent me a. And they know their post office is terrible. Like, it takes forever. They sent a Valentine card to my son, and he got it. They sent it out in January, in like early January. Because like, oh, it's gonna take forever to get there. He got it at the beginning of this month. He got his Valentine's card from my parents. It's a letter, you know. It's not like it's like anything. It's like clogging the system at the post office. But their post office is terrible. Okay, so I have two drops of satin black, and I put a very small drop of black green in here. Now, this guy is still drying, but once he's dry, we'll be good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like what's going on? What's happening that it takes that long? It's not the brush I meant to grab, but right. I'm gonna get some of this excess wash up. Just trying to unify these colors a little bit. This black, make it a little more black, I guess. Yeah, my post office is great. I love the post office I go to, but it's the one at my P.O. box that I like. I drive out of the way to use that post office because I know things are going to get out on time, and like I know they're going to be like fine with everything, so never have to worry about it. Oh yeah, yeah. The big storm. I saw something online when I was looking up like tracking info, and they're like, yeah, things will be delayed because of a winter storm coming in. I was like, what storm is coming in? But yeah, it must have just been the previous one. They hadn't had the budget to update their website. Need some silver. He'll have red wings on his shoulder. His crest is going to be gold with the like frame, and then it's going to be red and white alternating on here. Indianapolis for 16 days. That's crazy. Yeah. Bonding studs will still be gold. We'll be doing silver accents on there. We'll do a dark leather there. These are just scrolls, so we'll do scroll colors. We'll do our dark gray with the inner joint areas. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty simple. And let me see if so with the sword, I originally wanted to do like a fun like power sword like glow on it, you know, like the alternating like the cool like you know like design on the sword. It's a Calibanite greatsword. It's not even a power sword. It's just better than everybody else's sword because it's like super sharp or something. I don't know, but it's just silver. There's nothing special. There's no batteries in it. It's just a sword. So I don't even have things to do. Let's see. I asked him about the. Oh, okay. That's what. Let me see if I have that paint. Gotta do somewhere. Is that the one? No, maybe I don't. Back here, I have so many containers of this other stuff. dig around a little more. I thought I had a grill in earth or whatever that is. I have 4 bottles of Astrogranite though. What do you think of tabletop game Heroescape? I've never played Heroescape, so I have no idea. Certain day, 28 days after I won the auction. Oh no. Did they not arrive? Okay, I think we're good to kind of start these highlights. Yeah, I've seen Heroescape around. I worked at a school doing like after school programs, and people would donate toys, and someone donated a whole Heroescape set. And I didn't know what it was, but I was like, man, these are really cool. Like the hexes and the different like terrains, and there's like the dragon and like the knight character and stuff. Like there was a lot of cool stuff. I never appreciate. I would have totally tried to buy that. That sucks, Groovy. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. This might not brighten anything, so we could probably be okay with just normal lines on this. eBay is still eBay. No idea what you're talking about, Oberion. But good for you. Supposed to rain? Okay. Dang, that's crazy. Alright. Oh my gosh. It's really windy here today. It got to almost 60, or was over 60 degrees yesterday. Fahrenheit for all the non-Americans, and nice and warm. I don't know what that is, 20 something Celsius, but yeah, it's supposed to just cool down today. Yeah, we went for a walk yesterday evening. It was nice. Grilled some bratwurst for dinner. It was good. Scrape terrain would be good for Warhammer. Yeah, it would make like good, like simple terrain, but like, I don't know, effective because it's made for like things to stand on it, right? How much this is doing. Hinge of a little lighter here. Just dumped water on down. That sucks. That sucks, groupie. It's somewhat cheaper than GW. Doesn't keep me hopeful, but it's only somewhat cheaper. Bad. I generally like why can I say that? Generally like GW terrain. It'd be fun to be able to like buy the stuff and have it, even though it's always like the most impractical for gaming. And man, Games Workshop could make so much money if they made a terrain set that went with their tournament layouts. I don't know why they haven't done that, but they could probably charge whatever they wanted and people would buy it like crazy. Especially since GW's been so like tournament focused with 40K the past like edition and a half. It's weird to me that they haven't done that. Way home. Don't type anything crazy for chat for the next 30 minutes. Yep. Listen to Zen, guys. Rogaldorn smells like old Cheetos and brick dust. I mean, that's not crazy. That's just like that's like the baseline facts that we're working from about Rogaldorn. Layers of gesso and spackle patches. Oh, that's too bad. Anything crazy. That's what Ray just said. Yeah. Now that's just not nice, Raja. Break the rules like that. Find me. In Warhammer, okay, guys, in Warhammer. Not take this too far. We gotta get Zen his Night Lords army, and then it'll be Night Lords versus Mechanicum or Iron Warriors. Side everything dried. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, still frustrating. I get it. Okay, so we did this little layer of some black green. It's so faint, it's hard to see, but isn't that how it's supposed to be? All right, we're taking some neutral gray. We're gonna mix just a bit in there. I wonder if the customer will ever pick out that there's actually green in this. Is that a success or a failure as a Heresy Dark Angels painter? I figure we kind of have the rest of the day to work on this mini, so I'm just going to take my time on it. What I should have done was this initial green-black mix. I should have made the base coat. Assembling a squad of striking scorpions. Oh, nice. Okay. Being gray, not something I usually want. Yeah, that's all right. I think people understand. At least it's not. At least your whole army isn't gray, and at least it's not gonna stay like that, right? Like, you do have plans, and you are painting stuff, so. His helmet and his backpack, and then we're going to brighten this up a lot and try to get more contrast out of this. Yeah, well, I can't leave it like that. Yeah, yeah. Block scheme. It looks okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what that looks like. Eldar color schemes. I'm a big fan of Ulthway and the Bealtan, like just the classic green and white. I think looks really good. Okay, and that satin black paint is kind of coming through where it's looking a little extra shiny on everything, so. Diluting our paint look a little bit. What what aspect warriors are still metal or fine cast or whatever? Are there any? Besides like there's like the Forge World group. The like Spectres or whatever, but is there anyone else that's still old stuff? Is there anyone like us? Yeah. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Very cool though. Getting stuff. Titans and super heavies. Yeah, are there any classic aspect wars? I know they put like is it Karandras or whatever, the Striking Scorpions guy into Legends for the time being. But I'm just curious if there's anything that I'm missing. Avenger old plastic, but are plastic. Yeah, yeah. I remember when those things came out in plastic. Gray is a little better representation of going for. It's all plastic. Well, good for Eldar. Maybe they can take an edition where they don't get 600 new plastic boxes while the Drukhari get one. That'd be nice. Maybe that means 11th edition Drukhari will actually get a new unit. They haven't gotten 15 years. Hey, Wandering Pict. What's going on? Shadow Spectres and Super Heavies are display, yeah. Yeah, maybe the Drukhari get their missing units, and we get... Yeah, they need more than just their missing units, though. Yeah. Drukari, like, they have a couple units that are still, like, fine cast. But Drukari also, like, they have literally not gotten a new unit added in the lore since 5th edition. Since 2010. Yeah, yeah, it's been that long. That's when their codex came out. Their 5th edition codex came out. Yeah, since then, every edition they've lost units, like, out of their books. And they haven't gotten anything new. They've gotten some stuff moved from metal or fine cast to plastic, but that's it. And it's been like a character and a squad every edition, and that's it. Yeah, Eldar got their like little jet bike Pathfinder things. Yeah, yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, yeah, they're just dumping Forge World, right? Like Forge World is truly going into like the boutique miniature making space. Yeah, people were talking about the Necromunda character that was announced this week. The like prophet dude, the vermin supreme looking guy. They were talking about how much that guy looked like he belonged in plastic. Like he looked like a plastic sculpt. But it's Forge World. And yeah, it seems like I don't know, they don't want Forge World to be a thing, they just want plastic minis, but there must be some kind of spillover with what's going on. Vermin Homie, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they don't want to deal with Gosu's emails. That's why they're phasing out Forge World. 6 units per codex, and you paint your space marines a different color to indicate different units. Yeah, just a squad of Primaris Intercessors Gosu. That's it. And you paint them different colors. Yeah, these are Eldar Intercessors. Yeah, making stuff in such small batches is probably the real thing that like kills their profit. But also, you have to imagine that selling Titans makes them a lot of money, and they sell a lot of Titans. Like if there was any, like whatever design cost to the sculptor to make all those Titans has paid for itself so many times. You'll get your Eldar Intercessors and you'll love it, alright? You'll pay a premium prices. Because they're going to be meta. The green intercessors. Except you can't call them green. It's the GW copyright color green. Using much of made up words. Their Primaris units are just snagging other races' special rules. Yeah, yeah. Like, can you imagine the profit margin though? You produce one box, one single box, and every year you re-release the box. The same packaging, same labeling, same miniatures, everything's the same, except you swap out one rules card in the box every year, like a season, every game season, and the card has a QR code on it, a unique QR code on it, and you have to have that QR code to be able to play that unit. And someone just has like their, like it's like a TO app that they scan it, and if it's out of date, you can't use the squad. So every season you have to buy more. Oh yeah, yeah. We're getting into some like Black Mirror level stuff, except the nightmares of miniature gamers. Mr. House knew you're into the John Blanche washes. All right. Hopefully those are pretty cool. Yeah. It was a dream I had last night. It was a horrid fever dream. Yeah, the militia give me comfort. I just go out and start talking to my Thousand Sons army. They tell me it's gonna be okay. They tell me specialist games won't be affected by this. UW doesn't care about specialist games. I do have to say, I was assembling this Scorpion last night, this tank, and I've decided that the reason Games Workshop is doing so well with Horus Heresy is because the profit margin on it, I think, is higher than 40K. Because there are so many more sets. You're talking about the Reaver jet bikes or the Venoms, the little transports? Different things, Gosu. Or Zen. But there's so many sets in Heresy where they have like one like baseline mini, and they just add a new like turret or new arms or new like a new like weapon system on it, and you're like, boom, you got a whole new vehicle, and you can charge another $60-$70 for it. Yeah. Well, just from like a straight sales point, right? You can only do so much with like an impulsor because there's only, say there's only one Space Marine faction. There's only 5 Space Marine factions, and there's a bunch of Xenos to cater to and everything. But when you have, most people play Legions of Astartes to a much higher degree in Heresy than 40k. Like you can justify making a Rhino kit that also has 2 different Predator variants and the Vindicator and the Scorpius, and then they can keep going and going because there's still more vehicles after that. But they do that with so much. There's so many vehicles that they do that with. Or the Dreadnoughts, where they can put all the weapon options in them, which is great, but they have to split it between 2 kits. So people get the more palatable, $60-$70 Dreadnought. They're not paying $100 because of how GW justifies their sprue cost. But also, yeah, they can make a lot more money on it by selling 2 kits or a kit and a half. And it also looks better for numbers when we're like, yeah, we sold this many products, even if it was just one dude buying a Dreadnought and then buying the extra arms for it. Definitely good for the profit margin. And if it's not good for consumers. Who are we kidding? We still buy it. Watch the new Daredevil show. No, I haven't seen it. No. Also, what's up? What's up, Laura Trek? Doing straight neutral gray. I have not been very into anything really Marvel for quite some time. Whenever we have Disney Plus again, though, because we rotate out our streaming services, whenever we have that again, we're gonna watch. We're gonna start watching Marvel stuff with my son. Start showing him the fun MCU movies. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think we're gonna do chronological orders, so it'll be fun. Option A or B? Did you... Wait, what? Pick one? I'm gonna pick B, just because Lord of Trek picked A. I'll be petty. This is my art for the day.
One art, please.
Yep. What am I drawing? You back, put you back. We did fine on the armor there. We're gonna start getting everything else. I'm gonna get the inner joints next. Yeah, it's a Necron Scarab. Hold on. What? Okay. I see a bunch of different ones, so I'm gonna pick one. Good one. All right, someone 3D printed like a large scarab, so he's just giving me memes with 40k like overtones to them. All right. So hang in there, cat. We're gonna make it like a rope, I guess. Okay. Plastic residue here. Let's see. Hang in there, cat. Come on. This is our simple rope. All right. And then it's a Necron Scarab. Well, I don't think the Necron Scarab can put his head down, so we're gonna do him. We're gonna put it like he's holding on from this side. It's got like a little socket here. It's a little big. CP Minis last time was really easy. Nice. You're just don't shout out Linus Tech Tips here. I know he helped you. I'm glad Linus Tech Tips was able to help you with your airbrushing. And not any of the streamers that you hang around with that paint miniatures literally all day. Okay. Okay. I know this is getting a little racy here. The giant orb in the middle. Mechanical garbage all right there. Okay. Legs are a little uneven. That one's like super large for some reason. Oh well. Scarab on it's a hang in there cat poster, but a scarab. And what do we need to say here? We gotta hold on. Let's a little bit. Yeah, hang in there. Is that I don't know. There you guys go. My hang in there scarab. Yep, you're welcome. Thank you, Zen. Thank you for the art redemption. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Option A will be tomorrow. Okay. Great. Looking forward to it. Oh, focus. Oh, thank you.
Stay on target.
There we go. Yep. You gotta yell at me with that. I have AC and furnace company. We do like inspections twice a year, and like cleanings and stuff to make sure like our heat pump and furnace are all good and everything. And green is so dark it looks black. I know, isn't it crazy? Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? So they called me yesterday and they left a voicemail because I didn't recognize the number, so I'm not answering. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll be in your area and we can come by and do your inspection or whatever." And I was like, "Cool." So it's like, I'll call them tomorrow. So they texted me just a few minutes ago. And they basically sent me that message. Like, "Hey, we're going to be in your area. Like, is there a time that works for you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Tomorrow between 2 p.m. and, after 2 p.m. will work." And they're like, "Okay, how is 2 to 6 for a window?" And I was like, I won't be here after 4 because I'm taking my son to fencing practice or whatever. Like, he gets off the bus, so we pretty much leave for fencing. But I was like, I won't be here. I won't be here at 4 o'clock, or I'll be gone after 4 o'clock. And they just text me back. Well, and they said, "How's 4 to 7?" It's like, that's not how that works. Too much R1A, yeah. Yeah, after 4, I teleport back home, yeah. I literally said I won't be home after 4. You're like, "Oh, okay, how's 4 to 7 work?" I'm literally going to be gone between 4 and 6:30. Okay, got some of those. Let's get... do some dark brown. Some black brown. I don't even feel bad because they called and texted me and asked what times work for me. So this isn't me like, calling them and being like, "Good here on my time." They're the ones that were like, "We're gonna be in your area and we can swing by and do it." And I was like, "Okay." There's Cyclops tonight and Apocalypse during the hangout. Nice. All right. Yeah, I'll be painting stuff during the hangout. Now I just want to work on that Scorpion, but no, I can't. I have like actual work to do. Okay, a little bit of brown on the holster. I think we going with silver next. It is 8:30 is when we're doing the hangout. So if you're a Patreon member, any paid level on Patreon, you can come into our hangout. You just gotta connect your Discord account to your Patreon account, and we're gonna do a voice chat hangout at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. If you happen to be in Europe and you are up real late or you get up really early, both of those are acceptable. Okay. Oh gosh, I don't even know what this means. I texted him back. I said, "I'll be home between 2 and 4. I won't be home after 4." I said, okay, we can definitely try to do that. It depends on what the technician runs into on morning calls, but I'll for sure put a note in the call for you. Okay, sure. Sure, okay, it works. Whatever. We'll see. When I get a call at like 1, like 12:30, like, yeah, they're on their way. Oh wait, what? No way. That's good news, right? That sounds like good news. Going fully remote. They're just tired of having you guys in there. Is that the problem? That office 30 minutes away. Listen, dude, you didn't put any emojis in your comments, so I don't know what to feel. You can't just give me a blank slate like that and expect me to know what you're thinking. The lighter colors on this sword definitely bring out the 3D printed details on it. Okay, keep going with the silver. So I now have 142 militia infantry. Feels pretty good. All painted. Paint job on Larson now, waiting for it to dry. Oh, cool. All right. Nice. When's the due date for the painting competition? Is it like soon, or do you still have like tons of time? Got a meeting with Matt Murdock? Oh, you're gonna watch the new episode. All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. End of the month. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you wanted to finish it early. Well, good discipline, man. I am much more a procrastinator. silver on the palette, mixing it up. What else? We have his sword. I think that might be it with the base coat. Yeah, a couple little things up here. This little lens. And then, yeah, the sword on the shoulder pad. That it. I think that might be it for specific color. Cool, we could probably move on to gold. Yeah, let's get some gold. He's got a decent amount of gold on him. We do classic, we'll do our rich gold. I don't know if anyone is in here that was was in here yesterday. I was talking about my nephew got in a car accident. He had his surgery yesterday and it went really well, and he's recovering just fine. Apparently, though, the car he was in when he got in an accident, it caught fire. And so he actually has some burns on his faces. On his face from from the car caught fire. I don't think they're very serious burns, but still, that's wild. Yeah, me too. Scroll work caps. Those gold. I think the last thing we make gold are all these the bonding studs on the shoulder. Kind of annoying to paint. Go through in just little two steps. We're at one angle, come back at the opposite angle, and you should hit everything you need to. Right. Bonding studs. Let's go ahead and get a coat on this, some of this gold here. Okay. Gold. Let's get some burgundy down. Get this sword handle, and then we'll get a brighter red to start getting the actual like crest and emblem on his shoulder. This might be better if I start with white and then filled in with the red. Okay, well that's drying. We'll get our khaki. We'll do a second coat of that gray. And these are all just base colors. We're gonna alter things as we go. But this is what we're starting with. It's these scrolls. I don't know what these scrolls are for. Got some scrolls hanging on this guy's belt. Yeah, an impromptu prayer. No, these guys don't pray. That's illegal in the Imperium right now. So, impromptu encouragement letter. Yeah. And the Emperor didn't want to be declared a god, as he glowed gold and stood 12 feet tall, towering over everybody. Alright. Back with our Burgundy. Do our second coat of Burgundy. Go with some more bright neutral gray. Go with some more khaki. Give that a couple minutes before we put we'll do our red, and we'll do some burnt red. Then we'll start washing some things down. All right. Yeah, my stream's been doing. Our internet's been holding up really well today, so that's nice. Pretty happy about that. Oh man. Much better than yesterday, yeah. All right, we have stuff. We're gonna end up washing down all this extra stuff, but that's okay. We need that bright neutral to dry. Anything good on Warhammer Community? I don't think there was anything good on Warhammer Community today, was there? Week and a half with AT and Tia about fiber connection being crap. Oh, that sucks. You think fiber connection would be like the one that would stay pretty legit, but yeah, we switched ISPs about a month ago. It was a random Sunday afternoon, and I'm like, man, our internet sucks. And I was like, it has sucked for a long time. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look up prices for stuff. And I looked up prices, and I was like, yeah, the new ISP, it's $20 cheaper a month, and we get 5 times as much, like megabits, like download speed, basically. It's like that first year thing, and then they do like that whole song and dance. But I was like, you know what? Why not? I'll do it. So I basically got on the website, I signed up, we called them, and like that was that. It was like an hour and a half later we had new ISP. Like they had to send someone out to like get us a new modem and everything for reasons, but yeah, so we just switched over, but I'm just resetting the modem every couple days or so. But I reset my router and stuff this morning to try to make it better because I kept cutting out yesterday. And it's going well. Going real well. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in like 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're going to do our red and then hopefully get a wash and continue on with this mini. But I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, Groovy, it's easy for the company to blame you, right? That gets them out of all their responsibilities. Alright, we're gonna go with burnt red. Oh, I should probably put the screen on. Okay, now this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's 5 sections. It's not too bad. Start with 1. Do 1. We'll do 1 right in the middle. We'll widen those up in a minute. And here. Another one in the middle. Your time filling these out. And we work our way up. Too thick. With that a little bit, but so you don't have to try to line up anything, you're just copying what you're doing every time.
Look at me!
Oh, where am I looking? And finished. Alright, nice. Just a minute, let me get this base color on this guy here. Okay, very simple. You know, I need to widen this out a little bit. Okay. There we go. For a base coat. It's a little messy, but we're going to clean it up as we go. Alright, finished projects. Yeah, nice. Nice. Looks good. Man, I like the tau carbine there. Yeah, and you got the snow and ice and everything. Looks really good. Great job, Wandering Picked, and good luck on your competition. The glow colors that you have, is that Hex Wraith Flame? Is that what you used for that, or did you use a specific combination of colors? Like the little Tesla coils on his back and the little bulb on his head and everything. What did you use on that, if you don't mind me asking? Not you. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, black wash here. It's kind of fun just to sit and take my time on an individual Space Marine like this. I have painted so many of these Mark 6 Marines, probably close to 100 of them, if not more. I think it's actually more. I've painted more than 100 of these Mark 6 Marines. They're normally minis that I spend the bare minimum time painting. So, Gauss Blaster green highlighted with white, a bit of shading with Cybrite green. Okay, all right. Wraith Flame, nothing in his hand. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, cool. Very cool color combinations. I really like the. Yeah, I think I said this yesterday. I really like the color of the thing on his back. A little, I call it a little Tesla coil thing. I'm not sure that's what it actually is, but I really like that thing. I did an inventory of all the minis for my Thousand Suns army. This is me being, I don't know, is this an autistic moment? I have no idea. But I was like, just this morning, I had a few minutes. I was like, I wonder how many miniatures I actually have. I think it had to do with the comment yesterday about how it's easy to get 10k points in a Horus Heresy army because you just add some big vehicles and you got it like that. Because I don't have like big vehicles in my army. So I was like, well, how many minis do I actually have in my Heresy army? And I counted up, I have 361 miniatures for my 10,000 points. Those are painted. 361 painted miniatures for my Heresy army. It makes up just over 10,000 points. With like an average equipment loadout. Meant to be Tesla coils? Okay, cool. Yeah, which, if you're curious, averages to just over 27 points per model. It's my average per model cost. A pretty decent sized army. Almost half of that is militia. I think between militia and my solar aux, that makes up half my minis. Maybe just under half. So a lot of mortals in the army. But yeah, my most expensive model is Magnus, and he's like 520 points. The next closest thing is my Spartan. That's like 350. So I don't have a ton of expensive minis that go into the army. Tech army is entirely teal colored? Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. One of these days, Wandering picked, I'm going to do a Mechanicum army, and I really want to do them with green and bronze, but I want them to be like lore accurate, and the lore accurate Mechanicum that worked with Thousand Suns on Prospero were they were like dark gray and red, which also seems really cool, so I'm not like too upset about it, but a lot of mortals. Yeah, it is. Well, I just finished, almost 40 of them yesterday, so that was also less than 5 hours to paint those minis. It was 35 minis, but there were 5 weapons teams, which each had 2 guys on it. I still only count them as one mini, but they take some extra time. Kind of see this crest, the crest and the sword, as the most important parts on this mini. I feel like they're the most noticeable pieces. Painting single minis. My process for armies is slow. Yeah, I understand. I have gotten so used to just painting masses of minis all at once that like it doesn't phase me whether I'm painting, one or 50 or whatever. It's really nice to be able to just paint one mini. However, it gets real tedious, like waiting for paint and washes to dry. I hate that. So I have to check myself sometimes because I hate that, like waiting for everything to dry. So definitely pros and cons of both ways of painting. 3 hours per Zangor. Oof. Yeah. Man, Zangor are really fun to paint, though. You know, I don't even blame you for that. I painted some Zangor for someone. I want to say it was last year. And I painted a couple of the shamans and then just like a unit of them. And it's not the first time I've painted Zangor, but I had a lot of fun playing with like the blues and the like the minor red colors and just like all the Zinchian colors. Just a lot of fun to play with. So definitely don't be ashamed for spending time on Zangors. They're pretty detailed minis as well. They're not quite a speed paint style mini, so. Okay, let's get some pure ivory in a slightly smaller brush. A lot going on, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Man, I understand that. I understand. I have a commission I'm working on in the background, and it's been a little miserable just trying to correct everything from the original owner assembling the minis themselves when they really weren't sure what to do. Okay, nice little highlight there. We can probably work on the silver a little bit. Let's do that. Alright, simple silver highlight. Let's do a pure silver. Bit of an edge highlight. Okay, pretty easy on that highlight. Next thing we're gonna do, why not? Let's just get our rich gold and tag some of this stuff, and we'll come back with our bright gold later. Okay. Here's what we can do next. We're just going to continue on with these colors we already have on the palette. I'm going to take this bright neutral gray. Try to avoid the inner parts here, closest to the gold. I really like painting these kind of crests. I think it's a lot of fun. You can really have fun with the colors, and the highlighting is really easy and it looks really good. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit of white down. We're gonna mix it in. Just a little drop is all we need. Somewhere like 50-50 bright neutral and bold titanium white. Scott Melville, what's up? Yes, I am on YouTube. Yeah, same name and everything. Yeah, you can by all means join on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube Premium. I have YouTube Premium because it's the streaming service I watch the most. So I totally get it. And I'll still chat with you if you're on YouTube. I won't ignore you. Okay, pure white. You get chats from both. I do get chats from both. Look at that. Welcome, Scott Melville, to YouTube. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of... it sounds super counterintuitive, but, you know... If I could run Twitch without ads, like, I would do that and just, like, not make any money on it.
Let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into
thanks
your
for
home.
thanks for the YouTube sub, man. I appreciate it. Not necessarily a fan of giving Mr. Bezos more money. If I can find a way to prevent that. Hey, Wondering picking us up on YouTube also nice. Thanks, guys. I have a pretty paltry YouTube library. I have so many videos like kind of like filmed and made up, but I just editing and voiceovers and stuff are just really hard. All right, let's get our angel wings here. Alright, we're going to mix a little bit of bold pyro red in this. We'll do a 50-50. Back with pure bold pyro red. The symptom. Okay, well, good. Good, Zen. Thanks for abandoning me. I appreciate it. Try to actually highlight these wings so you can pick out the details. See how well that works. Pretty happy with how he's coming along, though. It reads as green? Really? No. Oh, it doesn't. Black green? I'm not even getting black green from it. There is like the tiniest bit of green, but I don't think it was enough to affect anything. Let's get a tiny brush. Isn't warm black. Okay, cool. I'll take it. I think it looks good, though. I'm liking how this mini's looking. Have some burgundy. Nice thing is, at the end of the day, these Heresy Space Marines are all pretty similar. One of my ultimate goals with my Thousand Sons is to get a box of 20 Mark 6 Marines and sorry, mixing some colors here. Get a box of Mark 6 Marines and use them to equip all the like special equipment troops, and then make a couple new sergeants for the squads. So it was stuff like artificer armor, like sorcerer looking sergeants, I think would be really cool and be a good like callback to 40k, like the sorcerers running the squads. And even the rules in 30k, it's the unit sergeants that are using the psychic powers and stuff. So I think that'd be really neat. The profit margins, yeah, the customization, yeah. Well, I think it's not, I guess my point wasn't so much the customization, it was the fact they can take one kit, swap one sprue, and they have a whole new kit. And they do that a ton in Heresy. Like, I think every vehicle kit in Heresy has at least one other variation, if not more. Like the Rhino chassis, I think there are 5 or 6 boxes that just go on the Rhino chassis, which is that's a fairly common one in 40k. The Rhino's super customizable and everything, but you have all the Mechanicum vehicles like the Kragnaros, and the Triaros vehicle, like the Mechanicum transport. Even the Lehman Russes, they have alternate turrets that make for 2 boxes, but there's other variants on the Lehman Russ Hall. They have the artillery variant. Brock's Basilisks are on a Lehman Russ Hall. They're not on a like a Daredevil compared to Redemptor. Yeah. Now the Redemptor has 2 boxes. They could make a third with the Ballistus, which they might. So like that's good. But the thing is, when you're selling to like a Primaris Space Marine player in 40k, you're getting, like still maybe half the player base or so. I'd say half the player base comfortably. But when you're selling to the Heresy group, you're selling 6 variations with the same hull sprues, the same 3 sprues, and they have like the same there's like a hatch sprue that goes in like every Heresy vehicle set, and you're selling that to all the players, or 90% of the players. So yeah, and people can change it up how they want and everything, but it's just like every vehicle has multiple variants that just makes it like everything is consolidated, which is really nice for for mass producing things, right? I'm gonna take a little bit of this red. Ivory to it. Yeah, even the Daredeo has 2 boxes, which is crazy. I don't know if that Daredeo, I haven't, I've never worked with one of those, so I don't know if it shares any other sprues with like the other dreadnoughts or anything. Maybe not. It's like GW won't produce a vehicle unless it shares or has at least 2 boxes out of it. And I think that's more a statement to like Forge World and like their their necessity for like ingenuity when the game was like coming out through the first edition, and like Forge World had to cut their own costs because things are expensive, right? And they're catering to a smaller audience and everything. So this is just like a natural branch of that system. Yeah, that's true. Are you talking about like the different marks of armor? Is that like the point you're making, or you're saying like the heavy weapons and stuff? Another thing you could consider really smart money wise in GW is just having those heavy weapons sprues. Which I own most. I think there's one set I don't own. It's the one with the multi-meltas in it. Multi-meltas and maybe heavy flamers or something. Yeah, and the fact they save on packaging costs because they sell things in boxes of 20. You know, like all the squad sizes are double for how they sell things in Heresy. So your elite units will be 10 minis, your basic troops will be in 20s. And they're not making as much per mini, but they're saving costs and packaging and shipping and all that stuff. So not to mention some stores will only hold, one of each set. So it's more profitable for Games Workshop if an independent retailer holds one larger box as opposed to one smaller box. So there is maybe a slightly devious system there to make retailers spend more money on product than they would otherwise. That gold. This mini is almost done. We're doing pretty good. I'm gonna mess with this leather. I wanted to run a game store before I started talking to owners about the nightmare of running game stores. Yeah, when I was younger, like a teenager, it was like, man, my dream, is just to be able to have like my own game store. And I think as you get older and you learn more about it, you kind of realize that running a game store, yeah, you're working with something that you love, right? But at the end of the day, you're working in retail. And I worked in retail once and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. So I don't think I would do very well in a retail setting, even if it's for something that I really love. Still a business. Yep. Yeah, and there's still all kinds of difficulties with running a business. Yeah, we have a lot of really good game stores where I am, and hopefully, they're all being successful and it's not oversaturated because I live in a big metro area too, but it's tough. Yeah, and the added fact that, with like the kind of games, we play in the game stores, we would want like, you need extra space just for people to come in and maybe not even spend money for the whole day that they're spending in your store. And that just has to be something you're okay with. Or you're going to get a bad reputation, and then it's like that affects your sales. There's a lot of like word of mouth in the hobby and everything, so. Independent shop owner or jeweler. It taught me for very owning stores and fun, yeah. There's one in my town that nearly went under during the thing. Yeah, during the thing. Rushed to get a website, put every Magic card he had online. It kept him afloat till like 2023. Yeah. You need an online presence. And I remember when COVID was just starting. I was like, I was like, dang, I need to. I was like, I have all these minis I need to paint. Was my concern, and I was like, what if I run out of like spray paint? Because I was still priming my minis. So I called my local store and I was like, hey, how many bottles of it was Wraithbone and Grayseer do you have? And they had like 3 of each. I was like, I'm gonna buy all of them. And so yeah, I went to the store, and it was literally because it was like end of March, like everything was going down, and I was like, all right, like they're like, okay, like yeah, we'll set it at the front door, thanks, and like that was it. Like I went to the front door of the store and grabbed my stuff and just like waved at them, and yeah, I still have, I think 2 of each of those bottles. I bought 3 of them. It wasn't too long after that I ended up buying a buying an airbrush. Price the Dark Angel just got done in an unpleasant phone call with the VA. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so annoying, dude. Medically retired, but your full-time job is calling the VA to try to get your proper benefits. Yeah, I'm almost done with the little guy. This is not for my nephew. No, this is for a local player. Who just gave me this as like a little commission to do. We were just playing a game. He's like, hey, would you want to paint one of my Centurions for me? He's like, how much for you to paint one of my Centurions? So he just let me pick out the mini. I just took it home with me. He's cool though. It's a dude that he occasionally comes in the stream. He's working most of the time when I'm streaming, but he's a great dude. He plays Dark Angels. AKA Former, what's up, man? Straw Mail Bull. Oh my gosh. Get out. We got the Eastern European humor coming in here. It'll get worse with cuts. Yeah, it's true. Yes, it is. Might be getting some Warhammer Fantasy stuff soon. That'd be a lot of fun. That's what I gotta get. Middle European? Oh, okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to mislabel. You say Central European? Would that be an accurate description? Going on strong still? Yeah. Oh, no problem. No problem, man. I'll have to look up how he wants this base, or no, he did tell me how he wanted a base, and I thought I had the stuff, but I don't. Maybe it's just tucked away somewhere, so we'll look to get the proper materials. Okay. One more thing we're going to do today on this mini. Some eyes going. Run 2 game stores. One I quit and left because the owners were siphoning money off. Yeah, I remember you telling us about that. Yeah. Never sending out stuff. Oh, that's sketchy, dude. Sketchy. What's about that? Dang. Okay, and we're doing red eyes. I think I'm going to pull up this Angron Red again. How dare you not know the exact position of my small and unimportant? Your country is very important, aka former. Don't say that. You know, I normally pride myself on my my geography knowledge, so at least I didn't like call you Slavic or something, because I'm pretty sure Czechs are not Slavic. Oh, you are Slavs. Okay, all right. Look at these Slavs coming in my stream. Yeah, look at those red eyes. Okay, that's cool. Angron Red's a great color. Seeing as Central Europe is also very skewed by what Europeans you're talking to. That's fair. Okay. Dutch people consider east of Berlin Eastern Europe. Yeah. I tend to think of like yeah, like former like Eastern Bloc countries. So like former Soviet countries, I think of as like Eastern Europe, which probably isn't like necessarily always true, but that's always kind of the impression I get. And now I'm doubting if I even know what countries were in the Eastern Bloc. So Second was mine, but I was underfinanced and short on getting a storefront. Nah, that sucks. Yeah. The Bohemian Kingdom was part of the... Okay, alright. The Holy Roman Empire is neither, Roman or an empire. Yeah. So I'm really happy with this mini. Like, it's cool. The sword could probably use a little more, like, definition to it. Let's see if I can get down this, barrel and, like, down to the blade here. Nice bright sword. Good gold. It's got some good leather on him, decent highlights. Yeah, I think we did pretty good. I think this guy will stand out pretty well. Yeah, not very holy either. Yeah, it's probably true. That was always what I heard, but it's always hard. It's also kind of hard to make a judgment of, like, they weren't holy, like. I think they did have a lot of issues with, like, the Catholic Church, though. So. Well, yeah, we got ourselves. Man, that Angron red turned out really well, though. Just like perfect little glow in the eyes. Look at that. It's just so nice. Yeah. We painted that and a giant piece of terrain, so feels pretty good. Like I said, I think I'm gonna look for my basing stuff and we'll try to base him. But I'll send a picture to old Sathy here and see if he's happy with it. I do think I'm gonna call the stream there, though. We're gonna end a little early. I have to go out to the post office and go to the gym today, so I have some things to do. But yeah, I do want to give a thank you to all the Patreon members. And since I have a minute, I'm gonna real tacky here for a minute, and I'm gonna go through. Let's go through everybody here. Okay. Joseph M, Jake A, Euroraptor, Jamie D, Michael W, Darian B, Loki, Joseph N, Poninator, Chris M, Crucial Blue, Jasper, Gosu, Adam, and Jonathan. So thank you guys, all of you, for being Patreon members and supporting me, kind of in in the above and beyond manner, and I really appreciate it. We're going to be doing our hangout with Patreon tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to hang out in Discord. Just link your Patreon and your Discord account. You can do that on desktop, and you can find guides for it. If you have questions, send me a message and I'll help you figure it out. But yeah, we'll be doing our hangout. I want to ask you guys some questions and kind of brainstorm about our 12-hour stream and what we're going to do. But otherwise, we'll just hang out and chat. But everybody else, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll be on tomorrow. We'll be painting something. Not sure what it is, but we'll be painting something tomorrow. And yeah, we'll be streaming 10 a.m. Eastern to about 2 p.m. Eastern to until we finish, I guess. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. And bye, Utini.